I know Brian's gonna try to call in because he's got an
Okay.
event tonight. So,
Okay.
all right. So, welcome to
I
the.
think we have a guest on the call as well. Somebody I don't recognize.
We do, and I don't
team.
recognize him either. So
we can just do an introduction.
Sure.
I'm going to start with the introductions or the flag.
I want to start with the beginning of it. So, and then we'll go to introductions.
Okie doke.
All right. So, welcome to the September 16th Revere Public Arts Commission. We're going to salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God, indivisible,
with
with
liberty
and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda tonight is the attendance. So we're going to start with Lorraine.
Present.
Okay, and Rob's coming. And he's not here yet. Elle, are you there?
I muted instead of on video. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, present.
And Brian is at an event tonight, and he's going to try to call in. So I think we have a guest. Can you say your name and why you're on the Revere Public Arts Commission Zoom meeting tonight? James? You're on mute. Can you unmute yourself? You're still on mute.
Hola, James.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien.
How are you?
Ok, yo soy invitado de Claudia Correa, Alcaldía de Riviera.
Okay. I think, James, do you understand English? Can you speak English?
He speaks a little bit. I can help him with the translation. I am his friend, so I'm here trying to
So
get
I think
communication between you guys.
I think the three of us were supposed to meet. I think it was Thursday at 1 o'clock at in I think is it your office? It's but I don't think it was supposed. I don't think it was supposed to be tonight. I have to. I think it was 1 o'clock or 1:30. I can get back to you if you can send me your text message. James, I'll tell you a little bit about James for the rest of the members. James wants to help with financing some of the events for the Revere Public Arts Commission. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So I'm going to meet with James and Claudia and
Milena.
Elena?
Milena is the name
Milena.
of the
Yeah, I'll give you the Milena. If you can send me your text, your email address, I can text you when we're supposed to meet.
Okay, can I send it here in the chat?
You can send it here, yes. Yes, you can.
Okay, of course. Puedes tipear tu correo electrónico para el envío de la reunión que van a tener. That meeting is on Thursday?
Excuse me, say it again.
When is the meeting?
Are you emailing the meeting Thursday? It's scheduled at Thursday?
It was just supposed to meet in person. We're not supposed to meet on Zoom. Yes. I think we're supposed to meet either in Claudia's office or Maddie's office.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, I got
I'll
this.
just send this James's email.
Yeah, can you put it up again? I didn't, it faded.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
I type it in the chat.
Yes, chat, yes. Okay, thank you.
@gmail. Okay, I just copied down the email address so I can send it to you, Joanne, if you don't have it.
I just wrote it down. So,
Well, that's great news. Thanks for attending. It's nice
yeah.
to meet you, James.
James is an artist, Colombian artist. He have been working art projects in Colombia. He's struggling with the English, but I'm here to help him. Yeah, they hear about the project that City of Riviera have right now. Sorry. So we just kept in touch to see what we can.
Yeah,
we do
so we
with the
actually
project.
have, we do have a project that's out there right now. It's called
Artsy
Crafty
Seating.
Seats, and it's on Crafty Seating, and it's on the Riviera website. So if you go to riviera.org under ongoing initiatives, you can see the RFP there. So if he's interested in that, we do have that ongoing, and we are looking for additional murals as we find funding in order to do so. So I know that you're meeting with Joanne, so I'm sure she can give you some more details on Thursday. But if he's looking for some initiatives, or if you have other ideas, I'm sure you're going to discuss those with Joanne and Claudia as well. So that's exciting.
I want to say that if he has a resume, we are looking for members. So if he wants to be on this monthly, this Zoom meeting as a member of the commission, he can put his resume with Mayor Keefe, and Mayor Keefe will nominate him, and he'll come in front of the council, and I'm the chairwoman of the people that are getting selected. You know, all he has to do is, and you can come too, all he has to do is come, and I'll give him a couple of questions, or he can tell us why he wants to, you know, get involved with the arts.
Okay. A resume of his life, or everything, like all the work.
Just why he's, you know, he's an artist. He wants to be involved in the city. What kind of art he does, if it's photography or painting or whatever it is.
Some examples, maybe.
If he wants to bring them, that's fine with me. I don't care. But he'll be in front of me, and I'll talk to him. The only thing is I'm going to learn Spanish. I'm up in January. They're having a class, so I'm going to take it. I already talked to Fatu, and she's signing me up. So because I just feel a little inadequate that I can't speak Spanish, you know, so to you know, converse with people. So, the city clerk will let you know once he's approved from the mayor, and he has to see the mayor. Then he'll come up and, you know, we'll talk to him, we'll appoint him, and then he can come every month. We'll have a Zoom meeting every month on what we're planning for the city.
Okay. Maybe we have I don't know, can we make a document with the project, and what are we planning with the city, or are they planning with the city?
Well, we have a bunch of stuff that's going on. We could talk. I mean, you're more than welcome to stay on as a you know, as a guest, and you can listen to what we have planned. So you know, and then you can explain it to him. But he has to get appointed by the mayor. So.
Okay.
Hi, Rob. Hi, Renee.
Okay. That's nice. Okay.
Madeleine nos invitó. Madeleine fue la que nos invitó.
Madeleine invite us to the.
Pero estoy encargado.
Oh, yes. So you can stay as a guest. You can stay on, but you have to get appointed by the mayor to come every month.
To be a member of the commission. Is what she's saying. But if you want to just stay as a guest, you're welcome to stay.
Yes.
Okay, you can stay.
Yeah,
that's gonna be
not a problem. No problem. That's great. It's nice to have you.
Okay, I have a quick question. So they have a question.
Go ahead.
They can get into the commission like a company, or just a single person who has a project with the city. How do you guys do that?
Can a company join the commission or is it just individuals?
That's what she's asking.
Right.
We don't have any companies as of now. I just think it's more individuals. It's Revere residents, mostly Revere residents. So, and everybody has an interest. Everybody here has some sort of an art background. So, and that's what we're trying to push through the city. Is
Okay.
come up with art
Individuals.
projects and different things for the city. So, and it's a multitude of things. We're working on an old fire station. We're trying to make it into an art center. So it's not only art, it's not only painting and photography. It's physical too. So.
Okay, it's a lot of things, not just arts, maybe sports or
No sports. It's
Oh.
arts, but it's
only art. Okay, sorry,
yes.
yeah.
Everything is
Okay.
related to the arts, but it's
The arts.
yes. So
Okay.
All right.
That's nice. Okay, we'll be there. Definitely.
okay, great. And submit his resume to the mayor so he can get approved to come on to the Zoom meetings as a member.
Okay.
He wants to. He
Where do
doesn't
we
have
have
to.
to send the resume?
To Mayor Keefe. He doesn't have to. But if he wants to join, he has to put a resume into Mayor Keefe, and Mayor Keefe appoints him, and then he has to come to the city council, and he gets appointed by the city council.
Oh, okay, I got it.
It's a
Okay.
process.
Okay, yeah.
But you can still do art projects in the city if you're not a member of the council.
Okay,
like-
just a guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you just want to participate as an artist in the city, you can certainly do that. But if there's an interest to be part of the commission that comes up with some ideas and, tries to advance projects throughout the city, if he wants to be a member of the commission, then Councilor McKenna was just explaining the process in order to do that. But you can certainly just participate in doing art in the city without being a member of the commission.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
think Joanne was referring to that you were having a meeting on Thursday to sort of discuss, maybe some specific projects that James might be interested in promoting for the city.
And I'll
Okay.
verify. I'll let you know what if I got the day wrong and the time wrong. I'll verify it with your email. Okay,
Okay.
So-
Okay.
you sent me.
If you can
'Cause I
send
don't
it-
have my calendar right here with me, so I don't know. But
That's
I think
okay. That's okay. We will wait for the email and the confirmation from you guys. That's
Okay.
okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Okay, thank you for all the information. So it's gonna be nice.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Okay.
I'm gonna translate a little bit. So, ellas dicen que tienes que, bueno, que puedes ir a esta comisión que va a ser el jueves, te van a enviar la reunión.
Sí,
Tienes que preparar tu resumen,
Sí.
tu hoja de vida, como lo que has hecho, lo que quieres hacer con la ciudad, los proyectos que tienes, pero te vas a presentar como James. Entonces,
como James
sí.
y Milena y la
Eh,
corporación.
No, como persona natural, como individuo.
Sí.
Y después de eso, pues si el alcalde escoge tu proyecto, o digamos que se pasa una revisión, ellos te van a empezar todo el proceso para que tú puedas ir y hacer todo el tema y todo el proceso para ser parte de la Comisión de Artes de Riviera. Es un proceso, pero por ahora no va a ser como corporación, sino como persona, individuo.
Como persona.
now the other thing to tell him that he doesn't have to be a member. He can just be an artist. We have a multiple array of murals coming up that he could submit his art, and if we accept it, then his artwork would go on a building or something. So,
Okay.
all right. So he doesn't have to be a member and come on every month. He can just be an artist
Oh, okay.
and
Pero-
just submit his artwork.
Okay. But it's a kind of job. I am new in this, so
No, it's not. It's he'd probably get paid for the mural, but this is not a non-paying commission right now. We don't get
Okay.
any money. So it's all volunteer.
A volunteer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. But we have to start to we kind of start to meet like James's work is so good. He had made like 4 murals here in Riviera in some places. So not public places, in private places. So it's gonna be
Okay.
great for him to
Oh.
the people know his job.
We only have an hour, so we need to move on.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Pero
Okay, the next, and can you just mute his thank you. And right now we got Rob joining us in attendance, and I can't review the minutes because it's been so long and Erin's gone. So we're gonna move on to the second sorry. I didn't shut off my. So we don't really have any new PAC members. That's number 2 on the agenda. We had a woman come up. She was recommended by the mayor. She never came up during the appointments commission. She submitted something, but she never came back. So unfortunately, she can't be on it. So that's one of the rules, unless there's a good explanation that she was sick or out of town for work or whatever. I hate to say this, but a death in the family. But every member usually comes up to the appointments committee and checks in and tells us why they want to be on whatever they get appointed for. So, okay, number 3, mural subcommittee update, Robin L.
Rob, do you want to go or do you want me to take this? Or we can tag team.
I can start with the Point of Pines mural.
Great.
So the Point of Pines mural was completed in July, started over a couple of very hot weeks. Megan did a fantastic job just kind of keeping everything in order, getting things done within the given time frame. Overall comments that I've seen, just this is pretty much off of Facebook and comments from the neighborhood folks, is they're very happy with the mural. It's brightened up the neighborhood and the walk underneath the overpass between one side of the Point of Pines to the riverside where the park is. Neighborhood really enjoys it. So that's the Point of Pines mural. And then we also have the Northern Strand, the next project, which is technically not a mural because we are going to be painting the pillars. But Blake has been selected for that. And from a proposal perspective, the last thing I saw, El, was from last week. He was in process of preparing a proposal.
Yes.
Any updates outside of that?
Yeah, so I spoke to him a couple times. There were a few stops and starts because he had a show that he was doing in New York, so he was out of town for the bulk of the summer. So he had submitted some, hey, have a look at these, and he's going with more of like a natural-based scene. It looks great. He's going to send in some more advanced sketches in the next. I was expecting to have them for this meeting, but I haven't received them yet. So he's doing that, and he said that, if we're able to move forward with it, he could probably get it done in October, that he has some time in the schedule to do that, and we could probably wrap it up this year. We still have the same budget. It would mean that the back panels, the pillars would be done in greater detail, and the back panels would match, but they would be a little more less detailed because of the amount of space and the budget that we do have in order to complete that work. So, but it would tie in, like it would match, and it would tie in from a color perspective, but it wouldn't be as detailed on the back panels. And then we could certainly look at maybe enhancing that further down the road if we were able to get more budget for that. So we're excited about that, and that's been a long time coming. Another quick update, which we don't have listed on here, but the state road update, we've been working, it's been resurfaced and escalated, if you will, at Mass DOT to get approvals to hang the photographs that we've already had printed. So we already have them done. We're ready to go. And now we're just going back and forth with the method of hanging the actual panels onto the underpass at State Road. So thanks to Councilor McKenna for advocating for this with Mass DOT and bringing it back on the table and really like just advocating and pushing for the approval of this. So thank you, Councilor McKenna, for doing that. Also working closely with Tom, the Director of Community Development, and Mass DOT to get their questions addressed about that. So I think we're getting closer than we've ever been, and hoping to see that come to fruition not too far off in the future. So that would mean hopefully if we can get things sorted out with Mr. Whitaker, that we could get 3 done this year. And the approval with MassDOT. So and that could be done as soon as that's approved, we're ready to hang that. So
Al, I actually have a question just relative to, so there's the initial art piece and artwork, but what about from a maintenance perspective? So for instance, a Point of Pines, that's on technically a state road, right? Correct? Because the Linway managed by the state. And then State Road, is that a Revere or is that a state highway?
no, it's the same. It's the same. It's Mass DOT.
Okay.
So we're just working out a few details, and then hopefully we'll be able to move that forward. So from a maintenance perspective, anything that happens, like if the mural is tagged or otherwise, that's on the city.
Okay.
It was our initiative. It's our project.
Okay.
So they don't then take over maintenance of it.
Okay. No, it's just, I just want to
Good
make sure that
question,
nobody's
but yeah,
stepping on
no,
any
we
toes.
still-
and
we would
DPW
own it
goes
and-
out to clean
Yeah, we
anything
would
up.
still own
or-
that.
Is there a
Much like we
budget
still
for
own
that
Sergeant.
maintenance? Is there
I'm
a
sorry?
budget for that maintenance?
No, that will come under DPW.
Can I ask,
we
are you
need to-
gonna, I'm sorry,
Go
are you
ahead.
gonna put a film over it? I know they have a film for graffiti. It comes right off. I know.
Yeah, we've been talking about that. It wasn't in the budget. We didn't have the budget dollars in order to include it. I've asked Blake to include it on his, mainly because that area is notorious for graffiti. I mean, it's been happening for decades. So anything that we've put up there has been, so I think in that location, it's absolutely necessary. In this location, we'd like to see it, and we can still add that.
How much is the liquid that you put on it? This,
It would probably be about $800.
okay, I could see if I could do it from my CIT money.
Okay,
Um,
we can talk about funding that.
yeah. I mean, I think it's necessary because like you said, it's notorious for a graffiti, and I can just see them put mustaches or whatever they, on, if you have pictures and stuff. So,
It's unfortunate, but
but
good
it's,
news that we're moving the things forward and, hoping for the best. I mean, traditionally, I know we had an incident with one of the switch boxes, but that was a tagger that was going all around the city and tagging things, fences, and anything that they were walking by. But and unfortunately, it happened to that work. But generally speaking, most of the murals are respected.
well, I don't know
So if we can do it, it's great. I wouldn't say no.
No, I
I
would
can
say-
definitely organize for that.
I would say, let's do it instead of if we can do it. I said,
Okay.
let's do it and protect these photographs.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
So, question just relative to other murals. The one that we had a budget assigned for the mural that technically it was going to be on the electric building, and
Yes.
that got nixed. Are we still looking to identify opportunities and?
I'm happy to identify a place. I mean, we drove around and we tried to find buildings. I think Councilor McKenna reached out to a couple of business owners to see if they were interested, but that has to stay because it's Ward 1 funding. It has to stay within Ward 1. So any of the murals would have to be in that ward in order to be transferable.
That
Okay.
electrical box is not in Ward 1. It's in Ward 2. It's
It's
Ira.
in Ward 2?
Yeah, it's not me. So, Elliot, is it? No, it's not. It's Brown Circle. Brown Circle is not my jurisdiction.
I think it was a split between you and Ira.
My,
No, it
my
was Ward 5 and wait a minute.
my
It was a split between two councilors. It was
Not
John Powers, and it was John Powers. It must have been Ira then, right?
yeah, it is because
It was a
my,
split between the two councilors. So I take that back. Ward 1. I'm
Okay.
looking at you thinking Ward 1,
that's fine.
but it was actually a split between two councilors. So whatever, it would have to be a mural within one of those two areas.
Okay.
I already spoke to auditing about trying to shift the money elsewhere, and it was a no-go.
Okay.
I was hoping to be able to take shift some of the mural funding, for equal mural to help with actually the anti-graffiti budget for
Okay.
Ward 5.
Okay. Okay.
But because it was for a specific location, they didn't want to do it.
Okay. Well, if it's half Ward 5.
I know it. I know. I think it would be because we already had money
Yeah.
assigned specifically for the 1A.
Yeah.
Already, we already had a budget for that particular.
Okay.
I don't know. I tried.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you can find another location and we can, put a case together to do that, I think, it's possible. But, all right. So I know we're limited for time, so I don't want to continue on our update. I think we brought everyone up to speed on where we're at, and we can move to the next one. I think it's social media updates with Brian, but I don't think he's joined us. And then on to Council McKenna for Beachmont Fire Station.
Okay, so we are reaching out to Rufus.
She has some good information for that.
Still, we're reaching out to roofers. We have to put a bid in. We got one roofer that gave us a estimate of $200,000. We got another roofer that gave us an estimate of over $60,000. It's a big roof. Well, the reason why is because it's slanted. He was telling me there's only 14 or 15 fire stations that are slanted in a pitch like it is. So you can't just get up there and take off the asphalt. You have to put staging up there and everything because the pitch is so bad that no one could stand on that. So that was one of the problems of that the roof. But he says there's no way. He thinks that the guy who gave us the quote didn't want to do the job. So he gave us a $200,000 quote. We don't think it's going to be $200,000. The other thing is the chimney. We didn't know whether to leave the chimney there or not because it's a historical building. But I don't know if they're going to encase it, just in case. They're going to encase it and then block it so it can't be used. I did have the gas company when they were doing Winthrop Ave. He said just for a freebie, he would put gas from Winthrop Ave into the Beachmont Fire Station for nothing. I don't think that happened. We had to get a letter, and I don't think the letter was ever produced. So
The letter was produced.
Oh, it was produced. So did they put the
I don't
gas?
know. I'll check with Chris Tramella.
Okay. All right. So that's the update. I think it's going to be years for this to get up and running. But I think the best thing we can do is secure the roof just in case that roof is really old and corroding as we speak. And just to get that roof done to secure the building inside would be tremendous. I did get a bunch of money, which is some of it's going to be used for McMacken Field, but I did get $1.5 million from Lee's Trailer Park and logistics. So, but I think some of that money is needed to reinvent the McMacken Field. So I'm not going to have all that money at my side, but I do have a substantial amount of it. So, but you're going to see it slow and steady, but you'll see it. So that's what I have for the Beachmont Fire Station. Anything you want to add, Elle?
So will that 500,000 still be committed to the fire station as previously discussed?
No. So yes and no. Okay. We're getting $1 million from logistics. We're getting 500. We already got the 500 from logistics. I think 250 of that's going to go into McMacken Field, but we are going to get another 500 once they build. So that's about 750, and Lee's Trailer Park is committed. That $500,000 is just committed to Beachmont Fire Station. It can't be used for anything else. So
That's great. So it just will come in slower than maybe anticipated.
it's going to come in
before.
slower, yeah.
Okay.
But they want to get McMacken Field up and running, and it's going to
Yeah,
be
both projects are super important. So
right.
yeah,
So and it is in my ward, so I couldn't say no.
Yeah.
You
no,
know?
it makes a lot of sense because that's been, it's been waiting for some TLC for a while. So
Right.
that's
And
good.
and you can see the renovations. It's already in progress. So I
Yeah.
feel good about that. I mean, it's going to take years. I went to Zumex. It took them like 25 years to get the building that they have up and running. And I don't know if you've ever been to Zumex, but I would suggest that anybody take a walk through it. It's unbelievable. They started in the basement and then slowly went into this old fire station. And it's just absolutely beautiful what they've done to it. It took $5 million for the fire station to get up and running. But it's unbelievable what they're doing and what they're presenting for courses and teaching and everything. It's just incredible. So I really do feel that we can get there. It's just going to take a matter of time. So leave it off at that, and we'll go to the next.
I have a quick question,
sorry.
Joanne.
Yep.
Just as far as the firehouse, you mentioned that the chimney and it's historical. Are we actually registering this as a historical site, or are we just trying to maintain the integrity?
I don't know.
So are we going to get wound up in
No, we're just
window replacement and doorknob replacement, or
no.
Okay.
No. So we're just gonna renovate it so it can
Okay.
be for teaching and performances and gallery and whatever we're gonna use it for. So
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's just a
I don't
building
think-
owned by Revere that we're renovating.
And I don't
Okay.
think we can because the doorways have been changed. They've been,
Okay.
archways have been removed so they could get the apparatuses in and out. So some of the building has been changed. So I don't know if it's a
Mhm.
historical building. I don't think you can touch anything.
No.
Yeah,
So,
we don't want that.
No.
all right.
And
So let's,
I think so. Just to respond to your comment, Rob, there's definitely a desire to keep. So, for example, within the interior of the building, there are the old lockers for the firefighters,
Mhm.
things like that would like to keep intact. The facade of the building and the character of the facade of the building would like to be restored to a similar facade, keeping the lighting and keeping the doors and the framing around the rounded doors and the garage doors in the front. So there's definitely a desire to keep a lot of those characteristics intact, but not so strict as to be super restrictive because of the
good.
building in its current condition. In order to do it in that restrictive fashion, would be an astronomical cost.
Yeah.
And the
That
other
would
thing too
probably
is,
be cost prohibitive in order to get the facility open.
right, and the other thing too is, the roof has to go out to bid, so that's gonna take, we have 2 bids already, we have to get another, I think we have to have 3 bids.
So that's, Joanne, that's for quotes. So we can't, like, a quote is, like, we just get a quote to get a sense of how much we feel like the budget would be required. And then we have to write a specification and then put it out to bid. So once it goes out to bid, that's when we can start counting, like, then we'll take in and everybody is equal. Who applies or submits a bid will have all the same details and all the same information. And any questions they have will go out as an addendum. So everybody is equal footing in order to put in a bid on the project.
Okay, all right.
And
Thank-
that we're hoping that will go out within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Hopefully, I hope so.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
all right.
already written. It's already been approved by purchasing. We're just waiting for the funding alignment and the procurement checklist, and then we can move forward.
Okay,
And I know
Alright.
Tom's working on forwarding that at this moment. So,
okay, can we move on?
yes, please. Sorry. I just
So
wanted
I'm
to,
gonna
Sorry.
let you take this, L, the grant for the Crafty Seedings, RFP post share.
I'm going to ask Lorraine to step in because Lorraine wrote the grant and the RFP and she did a great job. And we really are looking for help from maybe Rob or Joanne or anybody that's interested that can help us share this. I haven't had any responses at this time. So really interested in trying to promote this
Ways
so we
to
can
get
get these
the
two
information
two
out
locations
for
completed.
2 artists.
So if you can explain what it is and for the people that are watching, the Crafty Seats,
This
Lorraine,
was a grant that we got for, I'm trying to think how much it was it
6,000.
6? Essentially it was to put art in a park. So there would be 2 kinds of seating. It can be any kind of seating. It could be anything that would withstand the weather and be a permanent seat or seating, and would an artist would create it and somehow affix it to the ground, and it can be anything. We're just looking for 2 people who are, let's start with 1 who would take it on and make art in the park. And the hope is that once we get this going, we'll start writing more so we could get something for every park. That's the goal.
And what's the budget per seat?
3,000.
3,000 each.
Okay.
Probably should have asked for more, Rob, but
Hey,
it was better to
3,000.
get something. Yeah.
It's a start.
You're right. So that sounds great, Lorraine. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
doing that.
thank you, Lorraine.
Pleasure.
Okay, so is there a deadline on this?
Would like to get it in by the end of the year.
End of the year. All right, I'm gonna
We're looking
ask,
for ways to get the word out
okay,
around Revere.
I'm gonna ask my brother and my nephew if they want to take this on. If not, then we'll put it out to, I don't know, we can put it out.
Do you have a distribution list for your ward, Joanne?
I don't, no.
Okay.
Oh. Who would have a distribution list to anyone who has a not only a website, an email site that we could send it out to?
Well, you
I'm
can.
wondering if
Go ahead, El.
I'm wondering if I know he's not here tonight, so I don't want to put him in the hot seat, but I'm wondering if Brian could share this with his networks.
I'm sure he can. Because I just shared a photograph that my nephew took with him to on Facebook, so last night.
Okay.
So yeah.
Now,
I'm
is
sure-
it restricted to Revere residents, or it's open to anyone? It just needs to be in a park in Revere.
It was for Revere residents.
Okay.
I think at this point, Lorraine, we may consider, we might have to consider outside of Riviera since we haven't had any takers at this point, but we can discuss that if somebody was to apply outside of Revere.
So that implies a greater list, but I think getting it done is probably more important than restricting it to Revere.
Definitely, definitely. Well, let's see if we can get Revere residents first, and then we'll move out if we can't.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had any responses at this point, and we've had it out for over a month, so.
Maybe just people aren't seeing it. You know,
Yeah.
I know ask certain people, but I don't think people are seeing it. So, and there's a lot of crafty people around.
I know, I think
That's what
it's
we're
a great
looking for.
project.
Yeah, I know one of them I could ask, but
Okay.
all right.
Good.
So, are we all set on
Yes,
the crafty? Okay, so the next meeting's going to be October 15th. We're going to keep our meetings to Tuesday.
is everyone still okay with Tuesdays, third Tuesday of the month at 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay, so we'll see each other October 15th and bring whatever you have. So I'm going to open it up to attendees. So we haven't met. We've been on in subcommittees, or we could say we were on sabbatical for the summer. So I just want to know if there's anything that anybody wants to say that's important, and relates to the public arts. Does anybody want to say anything? Not really?
I think we're showing some progress, and I think that's a great thing. Lorraine's done a great job with the application and helping with grants. There's some grants that just came out in the last couple of weeks, so we're going to look into those and see if any are applicable for any projects that we might be interested in advancing. I think it's very likely we'll have the Northern Strand done by the end of this year. If not, we'll have it scheduled for very early spring. But I think we'll have it contracted certainly by the end of, within the next few weeks or a month. And weather permitting, we'll get it done this year. And, all the stars aligned, we'll get this permit to do the state road. So if we can get those 3 done, I think it shows serious momentum. And then I'd like to see if we can look to doing all the rest of the underpasses that we had set out, when we first started talking. So the next ones that would be on the agenda to have done would be in Ward 6 on Malden Street, which is near Griswold Park, is the underpass there. I also would like to see some additional attention given to the Sargent Street underpass. So the mural itself is intact and it was hung on MDO boards and affixed to the concrete, but the painting around, sort of the background of it, crumbling and really needs some help. So I'd like to see if we could get some funding directed to have that cleaned up, because the artist's work is still there, intact and still beautiful, but the surrounding sort of backdrop is crumbling. So I'd really like to see some attention to that, to sort of highlight the work rather than have it looking the way it does. To someone's, I can't remember who made the comment, insofar as maintenance of these things, I think that's a really good point. And I don't know if maybe we want to look towards the spring or the summer to do some sort of fundraiser that could contribute to maintenance of public art. Just a thought.
I'm just wondering if Lorraine could write a grant on the upkeep of murals and
Yeah, so the thing with grants is they're usually just for a year. It usually just, they have a start and an end date, and it's usually for a specific project. So we could do a round of maintenance, say, okay, we'll just do maintenance. We can do touch-ups, we can do this, but we'd have to name the specific ones and do it within that. Wouldn't be able to sort of put in an account, and when things happen or deteriorate, we can address it.
Have we applied for the Arts Council, Revere Arts Council? I know they're taking applications, but when I was a teacher, I used to apply for kids going to Mass Art. So I would apply to the Arts Council, and they would give us the money for the kids to go to Mass College of Art on Saturdays. It was called Saturday Studios.
There is a cultural facilities fund that's from 7 to 200,000, and it's supporting the acquisition, design, repair, or rehab, renovation, expansion of nonprofit cultural facilities. Something we could look at.
That could be, that's great.
That could be great for the Beachmont fire station. I mean, it says what it is, you know. So and it's a nonprofit. So I mean, it's not a nonprofit. I'm sorry.
I have a question. The
Sure.
thing that concerns me is, as I drive by the beach back and forth, the bandstands, some of them are
Yeah.
really in terrible, terrible disarray, things peeling. I know that it's run by the
PCR.
DCR.
Mhm.
Does anybody have any idea? Is it worth even trying to get some grant money to scrape and repaint those sites? People are there all the time. Every day they go by taking pictures.
Well, I have put a motion in for DCR to restore them, the bandstand and all those historical landmarks. And Councilor Kelly, who just joined us, she also put a motion in to restore them. Now, I heard, and I don't know if it's true or not, that they had $500,000 somewhere in a kitty that they could use to do that. I mean, even if it's the light pole, because the light pole is in really bad shape. It's not even the bandstand and those things that you sit under.
The pavilions are more important.
Yes, pavilions, yes. So, but even if we got one thing to be restored, like there's a light post there, it's an old light post and the base of it's corroding. So, even if we got something that we could start.
So what's the route, Joanne? How do we blend the city of Revere and the DCR?
It has nothing to do with the city of Revere. It has everything to do with the DCR, but it has, I mean, you know, we have people coming from all over the United States coming into Revere because the restaurants, the beach. So we have a lot of people that are traveling to Revere. We have the hotels now that they can stay at. And, you know, you go across the street to take a picture and you have this beautiful pavilion that's been there for over 100 years and it's decaying.
Right.
And no one's doing anything about it. So I don't know. Like I put this motion in last year, nothing was done. And then it was approved by the mayor, but that was it. But it has to do with DCR.
So who's the new head of the DCR? Isn't it our past mayor?
Yes. But I mean, he does have a boss and his boss is Maura Healy. So,
I'm happy to go talk to her. The question is, how do we put this package together?
well, I don't know, but I think this grant would be wonderful. I mean, I think that this grant could be used for other things in Revere, but I mean, if this is going to help Revere Beach and we can get $200,000 and we can fix either the bandstand. I know there was some work done in the bandstand. I don't know what.
Well, maybe we'll get together and try to write this up and ask for a lot of money. No more 5,000 or 6,000. Let's ask for big.
That sounds great. That sounds.
Okay. We'll work on that, Joanne.
All right. Thank you. All right. Anybody else? Okay. So we're going to conclude this meeting. And it's right about time. So, and I'll see you October 15, 2024.
Great. Thank you,
Great.
Joanne. Thank you,
Have a
Thank you,
Joanne.
everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nice to meet you, James.